Alright, so I haven't done any of these book hauls before, but they seem popular and fun, and they are quite fun. And I just think it's a great excuse to talk about books. So to explain a little background behind this book haul, I went with my girlfriend to Copenhagen for a few days, where we just decided to relax and do nothing. And fun thing is, one of the things we like to do to relax is go to bookstores and just look at books. There is a problem with that though. And we both love books so much that we always end up buying a few. So I'll be going through the cover of each book and my thoughts on the cover, and if the cover was the reason I picked the book or not. And it might sound silly, but if you think about it that way, the reason the cover is there is like it's a sales argument. So it is to get you to pick the book up and look at it or even buy it. And like otherwise you could just have title and author and that would be it. So this will also be a little of an exercise in the effectiveness of the cover. So let's just get all of this out of the way so we can start out with the first book, which is Soulkiever by David Douglas. So let me get, yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I'll probably put up a picture too, but let me get this out of the way. I don't actually like the cover. Guy with a sword over his shoulder. What is this supposed to tell me? The cover actually says there's magic in it. The magic has returned, so have the monsters. But nothing about the cover picture tells me that there's magic. Of course I can get it from Soulkiever, there's probably some magical things going on, but I mean, it doesn't tell me. Who is this guy? What's going on? It confuses me more than anything. And so why did I oh yeah, so one thing I actually do like about this one, I have to look at my notes, is the slight 3D there is up here around the keeper and his head. That his head goes over the E&P. I do think that's neat detail, but it doesn't save the book for me. So why did I pick up this book? Well, it's by David Douglas, and I read all of his Shadowlands books, and I think they are absolutely brilliant. So it was purely the name of the author and like experience with him that made me buy the book. It's not the cover. So moving on to the next one, and the next one on our list is We Lie with Death by David Matson. And I like this cover a lot. I think it's dynamic and it isn't just guy with a sword. It intrigued me. What war is this? Who is this person in front of the army? I know it's probably Miko from the first book, but maybe it's not. We don't know. Who is the person shooting? Who's assuming it's Miko? Who's Miko shooting at? It excites me, but also tells me about the plot. Clearly something insane has happened, but what? Something like insane to spark this war. Who are we at war against? So to be honest, another big reason I picked this up is because I did a review of the first book, link in the description down below, and I thought it would be fun to move on to the sequel because the first one had a lot of potential. So I wanted to see if David Matson, improved on the series. Alright, so this is a very interesting book. It's The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and I'll be doing it a little different because this was one my girlfriend picked. We agreed on all of them, but this one specifically she picked out. And I have been close to picking it a couple of times, so I'll be giving my reason what I think about the cover, and I'll give her reason for why she chose the cover. Let's get this in frame. Oh, it's stormy. I don't know if you can hear that. There we go. Let's get at it. So, I would have picked this because I think it looks great. I think the cover is beautiful and it's epic, and I love the coloring on the letter. I love this light 3D the letters do have. And, like, who is this mysterious hooded figure? And why does it look like a scene where he's either just about to turn around and go away, or we're slowly zooming out and we can't quite hear? So what's going on? Where are we in this forest? So that's why I would pick it. It confuses and it interests me. Now, to why my girlfriend picked this book, it's kind of the same thing. But she summed it up really nicely. It's the mystique that comes. The character and the scene just screams mystique, and combined with the bold lettering and the high contrast, the cover made her pick the book up. Now, what made her buy the book was the description on the back. So, there we go. So, yeah, it's a pretty good and pretty efficient cover. It did what it should do. So, 2 out of 3 good covers. Alright. So, the next one is The Haunted Bookstore. And technically this book wasn't bought with the other books, but it is new, and as you can see, my girlfriend is currently reading it. But I just wanted to talk about the cover, because the cover is beautiful. Like, it's so cool and magical, and it's whimsical, and look at the size of the bookstore. I want to go there. Where is it? Can I visit it now? Okay, although the ghosts are jellyfish, isn't that like fun and cool? The colors are amazing, they're vibrant, there's a giant cat going. What? I mean, and it has a spot with who I assume is the main character, so the cat must be very important. So it's my girlfriend said it's really good. I mean, it's technically it's a light novel, but you know, it's a beautiful book cover. It's fun, it's whimsical, and oh, I didn't notice. Let's get this up here. There's like a face behind here. What's going on there? I didn't notice that before. Now see, there's a lot going on, and I can't wait to read this book. Definitely gonna be on this channel. Now, the next one is Empire of the Vampire by Krista, and as you can see, I am currently reading it, and it will be one of the next books I'll be doing on the channel. So, I talked about how let's zoom out a little. I talked about how some like edge cover is supposed to sell the book, and usually how you would do this is the way with like We Lie with Death do, which I assume is showing a scene from the book. But Empire of the Vampire doesn't do that. The cover for Krista's book here is way differently. It's a seal with a lot of religious aspect here, like we have angels, we have death, I mean, we have all the... I don't remember, like we have, I think, in the book, this Gabriel must be one of these. I think this is Gabriel, this must be Saint Michon. So, yeah, I read a bit in the book, but what it comes down to is all of these different parts here are aspects of the book, and this instead of Christianity, it's called the One True Faith, and this is their symbol instead of the cross. So there's a lot of different things going on here, but what I want to highlight is everything that is red is supposed to be blood, and what they did is, let's see if I can get it in the camera going. As you can see, it's kind of like shines. They made the blood shiny to highlight the vampire aesthetic, and I love that. Alright, so moving on to and that's why I picked it up, because I think it was a brilliant cover and the book is brilliant, so yeah. So the last 2 books I'm gonna pick together, because they are collector's editions of Leigh Bardugo's The Duality 6 of Crows. And we have got... there we go. So, my girlfriend and I, we didn't know it was a duality. We didn't even know they were in the same series, because nothing on the cover tells us that, and we never heard of the books. But I picked Crooked Kingdom because I thought the gold on the black, it's beautiful. The cover is beautiful. This is called a sequel, I found out later. And just the art style, it's beautiful, and it has a slight 3D-ish to it. And even the backside is just a simple quote and the same gold lettering. And then, let's see if we can get it. There we go. And as you can see, even the spine of the book is just simple. And the pages are a bit dirty, but covered just black. So it matches the aesthetic of the book. So I picked that one. My girlfriend picked the 6 of Crows version for the exact same reason, except for she thought the red was just perfect with the black, and it is. And I think this is where they kind of made a little mistake now looking at it, because here the pages are colored red, and don't get me wrong, that's beautiful aesthetic, but then why did you color the other black? Then they should both have been black, or they should have been red and gold. But that's a minor nitpick. I think they're beautiful book. I can't wait to read them. And yeah, again, art style is the same. We have the crows going over again. We have that's about it. We have some details here telling us probably about the time, like so made of the Western time with cardboard game. I don't know what the books are about. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's like Western times, kind of devious, because crows usually are like thieves, and Western time here we have some card playing, so maybe some trickery, some bombs go. I think it's something like that. That's my prediction. Yeah, those are the books, and I can't wait to read all of them, and expect most of them to be on the channel.